So there's three different cases. Remember, we're still working with rational expressions. So we're working with a fraction. Okay, and I know it's kind of weird. We've been working with radicals. We've been working with rationals. We kind of put it all together here. So we are going to, there's three different scenarios that could happen. Okay, so scenario number one is the numerator exponent is bigger. Okay, when we have that happen, there is no horizontal asymptote. Okay, you just write none. Okay. Oh, can you tell I typed this really, really fast? It's not supposed to be bugger. It's bigger. Okay. I was typing it as you guys were walking in today. The denominator exponent is bigger. Okay. If that happens, so let's talk about that, what that means. Okay. If I have something like this and my denominator exponent is bigger. Okay. So if I have squared here and cubed there. Okay. Which one of these is going to grow faster? Is if I start putting numbers in here, is the numerator going to grow faster or the denominator going to grow faster? The denominator. So this is going to be a big number and this is going to be a small number. So when I have a small number divided by a big number, what do I get? Think about this. If I have a small number divided by a big number or a big number, right? So if I have a small, that's like saying that, isn't it? What does that round to? If I'm going to round this to the nearest whole number, what would I round it to? It would round to 0, wouldn't it? So when I have something smaller on the top and bigger on the bottom, it's going to round to 0. So that's what the asymptote is it? And these asymptotes are always y equals when it's horizontal. So it would be y equals 0. Okay. The other scenario, the other way, so if I reverse this, I should have explained that better, sorry. Now, if the numerator was growing bigger, right, it would be big over small, which would just keep going on and on and on and on and on. And just, I mean, there's no way it would basically equal infinity, okay? So that's why there isn't a horizontal asymptote in this scenario, okay? The third scenario is if your exponents are equal, okay? If you're, so something like we had y equals x squared over x squared, okay? So in that case, it's y equals, and it's a fraction, okay? It's the numerator coefficient over the denominator coefficient of your highest exponent. Okay, write that down, and then I'll use my little side example there, and then we'll write it. We'll do a couple examples. So I've got one of each type for you. I don't know if I spelled coefficient right the second time there. Okay, so let's pretend I put a 2/3 out in front of that. Okay. And actually, let me extend this a little bit. Let's say I've got plus x minus 2 on the bottom. So if I have something like that, okay, I'm always looking for my highest exponent, no matter where it is in the equation. Okay, no matter where it is in the function. So I notice that these are equal. That means my horizontal asymptote is at y equals 2/3 because it's the ratio of the coefficients is basically the way we say that. So in this case, the horizontal asymptote would be at y equals 2/3. Okay. Y equals is part of it because a horizontal line is a y equals line. All right, let's look at 3 examples real quick. Okay. All right, so first thing we do is we look for the highest exponent. So what's the highest exponent in the numerator? Okay, what's the highest exponent in the denominator? Okay. Are they same or is there one bigger than the other? Same. Okay, so if they're the same, that means I just look at the coefficients in front. Technically, what coefficient is in front in the denominator? 1. And I only look at the highest exponent. So I have y equals 3 over 1 or just y equals 3. My horizontal, and I'm abbreviating horizontal asymptote HA. That's it. That's all there is to it. Like the easiest skills chick ever this week. I think it's easier than last week. I don't even have to factor anything, right? But you have to remember that there's three different things, right? And I might give you like a three, because this is really fast, might give you one of each on the quiz. Okay. Or I might just give you one. You'll have to make sure you understand all three. All right. What's my highest exponent in the numerator? 3. In the denominator? 2. Are they the same, or is one bigger than the other? So which one's bigger, the numerator or the denominator? Numerator bigger. If the numerator is bigger, this is growing faster, right? And that's how you want to think about it if you don't have it memorized. If this is growing faster on the top, that means it's going to infinity. If it's growing faster on the bottom, it's going to 0. So in this case, what do we know about the horizontal asymptote? Look back at your table there, right? My numerator is bigger, then there is no horizontal asymptote. So the horizontal asymptote is none on this one. Okay. Okay, looking at the number 3. What's my highest exponent in the numerator? 2. In the denominator. Okay, which one's bigger? Denominator's bigger, right? So when the denominator's bigger, my horizontal asymptote is what? It's y equals 0, because the denominator's growing faster than the numerator. Okay. All right. That's all there is on that one. Okay. I want to talk for a minute